What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. What day is it today? Today is Why We Carry Wednesday. Why We Carry Wednesday. It's just I just go over a couple stories of incidences of good examples of why we carry firearms and why we law-abiding citizens advocate so hard for the ability to carry a firearm. Got a couple stories for you. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, so the first story, and these come from Concealed Nation, and there's a reason why I like Concealed Nation because they're just quick little articles. They don't go into a whole lot of details, but they just tell a quick story about what happened and what went on. But one thing I like about it is they don't really use skin color in it. They just a man killed a home intruder, or a man killed another man, or a man killed a teen, or something like that. They don't use skin colors. They don't say, well, a white man killed a black man, or a black man killed a white man. And I like that. I like that about this article because that's what causes racism when they talk about, well, if it was because then they could use that's all right. Well, if it was the other way around, it would. And they just keep it plain and simple, and a man killed a man in a home invasion, like this one, like self-defense in action. CCW holder intervenes during violent mugging of a woman in Chicago. So, anyway, a concealed carry permit holder in Chicago's West Loop intervened during a violent robbery, firing at two suspects after they pistol whipped a woman and aimed firearms at him. Though no one was injured, the robbers fled the scene in a stolen vehicle. So, Chicago, Illinois. A violent robbery attempt in Chicago's West Loop was abruptly cut short Tuesday morning when a licensed concealed carry holder stepped in with decisive action. Oh, too far. Too far. Okay. The incident unfolded around 8:50 a.m. on the 1100 block of West Hubbard Street. A 38-year-old woman was standing outside when two men, both armed with firearms, approached her. According to police, the suspect pistol whipped the woman and demanded her belongings, which they forcibly took. A 41-year-old man nearby who is licensed to carry a concealed firearm witnessed the brutal robbery. Seeing the woman attacked, he stepped in to confront the armed suspects. When they turned their guns on him, he drew his own firearm and fired shots in self-defense. What's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to jump on real quick and do a quick shout out to the sponsors of this video, which is first and foremost the Lord above, the creator of the universe. Without him, none of us are anything. We're all nothing. And secondly, I wanted to shout out to the subscribers of this channel, because without the subscribers, this channel's nothing. And we're growing. We're growing slowly, but we're growing. And I get between like 1 and 10 new subscribers every day. So I see every single one, and every one I appreciate. It's amazing to me that I even have as many as I do. But my goal for the year is 8,000. So if we can get that by the end of 25, that would be awesome. And if those of you that have subscribed, again, thank you so much. You're the life of this channel. And those of you that haven't subscribed, if you want to, maybe not right now, but if you want to watch for a few more minutes, and then if you want to
go ahead, make my day.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, that would be fantastic. But again, it's up to you. If you feel like it, if you feel like you're getting anything out of this, I'm working on a few things that I'm going to come up with some new videos and some new ideas that might help you out a little bit. But anyway, again, appreciate y'all. Love you. Back to your show. The suspects quickly fled the scene, escaping northbound in a black Lexus sedan with stolen New Jersey license plates. While the woman declined medical treatment, the emotional toll of such an encounter cannot be understated. Chicago police have not released description of the suspects and are continuing to investigate the incident. Why situational awareness and responsible carry matters. In this case, this case serves as another real-world example of why concealed carry training and situational awareness are vital. A lawful firearms owner may never know when they'll be called upon to protect themselves or others, but preparation can make all the difference in those pivotal moments. It also reinforces the importance of being able to accurately assess the threats under pressure. While it's fortunate no one was physically harmed during the confrontation, this scenario shows how rapidly things can escalate and why staying composed under stress is critical for concealed carriers. I say that all the time. Carry your firearm and have situational awareness, especially these days. It's getting crazy out there, and especially in Chicago. I mean, Chicago's one of the worst when it comes to violent crimes like this. Safety tip: always maintain control of your firearm and avoid escalating confrontations unnecessarily. Train regularly, understand local laws, and be ready to de-escalate before resorting to force. I know some states have that as a law. They have the duty to retreat law, where your first step is to try and get away. And de-escalating is a thing. You should try and de-escalate. You never want to actually shoot somebody. If you can just stop the situation without shooting somebody, that's always better. Sometimes it's not how things end up, but it's always usually recommended that's how things end up. But anyway, moving on to the next one. My page will load. The next one, and it's not really an actual concealed carry story like why we carry, but it's kind of another reason of why we carry. It's Colorado sees surge in concealed carry permits ahead of new law taking effect July 1st. So Colorado has a new law that's taking effect on July 1st that sounds like it might make it harder for concealed carriers. Anyway, let's read on. As Colorado prepares to implement a stricter concealed carry law on July 1st, gun owners across Douglas County are lining up in record numbers to obtain or renew their permit before the changes take effect. The law introduces additional training requirements and disqualifies some individuals. But apparently there's like a grandfather clause or something that if you already have it before this take effect, then you're good. So, okay, a major change in Colorado's concealed carry permit process is about to take effect on July 1st. Douglas County residents are scrambling to get ahead of it. The new law, passed by Democratic lawmakers, go figure, the Democrats, the anti-gunners, mandates that anyone applying for a concealed handgun permit must complete a written exam and a live fire exercise. The classroom training requirements will be done from 4 to 8 hours with mandatory live fire qualifications. For renewal, a 2-hour refresher or proof of handgun competency is required. Additionally, individuals with certain misdemeanor convictions in the past 5 years will now be disqualified from obtaining a permit. Now that one I certainly don't agree with. Some of that I get. Like when I did it, I mean, it wasn't like when I got mine, or the first time I went in and took the class, but didn't end up getting it because it was like COVID time and all the where I could go to get my fingerprints everywhere was shut down, so I couldn't get into a police department or somebody, or it was like months out before I could finally get my fingerprints. So I had to go through it again later on, and that kind of threw it through a loop, and I made it so I couldn't get it. So I went back and did it again. But that first time I did it, it was it was like probably a 4 hour class, and it was and but we didn't have to write some stupid exam. We didn't have to take an exam. We just went through the class, and then we did we did go downstairs, and just so that he could, I mean, it wasn't like, I don't think it was required. I think that's just the way they did it. They had a downstairs gun range, and we went down there, and we shot off the, like 3 or 4 rounds. It wasn't like to see if we were a good shot. It was more of do our safety checks, do our, make sure, do our press checks, make sure our gun's not loaded, make sure it is loaded, and then make sure we know how to correctly hold the gun and put rounds down range. It wasn't an accuracy. It wasn't like a training. It wasn't like but I don't think it was mandatory. I think they just did that because, like, we're at a gun range. We want to go shoot. So we went downstairs and did some shooting. But the misdemeanor thing, I don't like that. And it's certain misdemeanors. And I think that, I don't know, misdemeanors, you should still be able to carry a gun with a misdemeanor. It's supposed to be felonies that you're not supposed to carry. Anyway, just my thing. The misdemeanor thing I don't agree with, and taking an exam. I mean, I get that, but I don't know. I mean, I get you want to take an exam. I thought I was going to have to take an exam, but I mean, I'm sure it's pretty easy stuff. I'm sure it's pretty basically common sense. But there again, they're just trying to make it harder and harder for people to be able to conceal, because these other stories that it's like, just since it makes it so tough, what could have happened to that lady if that guy couldn't conceal a firearm? And that's in Chicago even, but what could have happened to that lady if that man wasn't able to carry a gun to come in and intervene and protect her? I mean, chances are they would have just pistol whipped her. She would have had a knot on her head and lost all her stuff. But just saying, I mean, it's having the ability to carry can limit that. It can keep those numbers down. Okay, this impeding law has sparked a massive rush. Castle Rock's Justice Center and the sheriff's substation in Highlands Ranch have seen long lines of people trying to either get their first permit or renew their existing ones. Many residents, like Robin Schween, say they're acting quickly to avoid what they see as a burdensome and unnecessary new requirements. It's becoming more restrictive, Schween told CBS News. I just don't think I should have to go through all that again. Jason Kennedy, division chief of the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, confirmed that the surge is unprecedented. Over the last year, we've seen about 330% increase in new permits, and renewals have jumped 663%, he said. Says me, it should just, every state should be constitutional carry. It's our federal national constitutional right to carry guns. It shouldn't, the states, and I'll stick to this, the states shouldn't be able to do anything about guns. That should all, if there is any regulations, which there shouldn't be, they should all be at a federal level. They shouldn't be, well, let the states decide. It's, California, you can't do this, but Texas you can, and Florida you can do this, but Illinois you can't. I think it should be across the board. It's in our Constitution of the United States of America. And that doesn't say the states can regulate what you can do with your guns. No, it's shall not be infringed. The right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Period. And that's nationwide. Not well. If California wants to, that's okay. If Illinois wants to, that's okay. If New York wants to, that's okay. But you know, it should be a federal. It should be if there is any regulations with guns, it should be at a federal level only. Says me. On Tuesday alone, they issued 95 new permits and processed 53 renewals, a single day record. Kennedy attributes the rush to public frustration and a desire to avoid stricter rules. It's been a madhouse down here, he said, but we're here to help the community get their permits. With limited equipment, just one fingerprint machine and one camera, the staff is struggling to keep up with demand. People are being advised to arrive early as appointments must be started by 3 p.m. to be processed before the new law kicks in. Safety tip. If you're applying for or renewing a concealed carry permit, take time to ensure your training is up to date and your firearm handling skills are strong. Real-world proficiency can make all the difference in a high-stress scenario. So that's another reason we should carry a gun, is because these states are restricting it, and it's obvious in Colorado that you can see what the people want. You know, these representatives, yeah, it said Democrat, and obviously it's Democrat. The Republicans wouldn't do that, but it's obviously the Democrats that are wanting to restrict it, make it harder, and make all these new laws and new rules. But they're doing it without, I mean, and that's the thing. They do it thinking that they're in charge. It's the people that's in charge. The people voted these people in, and you can clearly see what the people want. The people don't want this because now they're in a frantic mode going in and trying to re-up their concealed carry so that they can avoid these stupid laws, so that they don't have to, so they at least buy them 5 more years before they have to deal with your stupid laws again, and hopefully they can get some blue out of there and get some red in there to change those laws, because they're stupid laws, and they need to be changed. They need to be federally regulated, not state regulated. All these every state should be constitutional carry. Every single state should be open carry. We should be able to tote around our guns all we want to. Because more guns to good people means a safer community. You see it in a lot of the states with less gun control are usually the safer ones. The ones with more gun control are usually the worst ones. The most crimes. I don't have any numbers in front of me, but it's all over the news. You can see. I mean, it's like every day you hear about something going on in Chicago. Even the one I read today, the other one was a Chicago thing. It's like you can read Chicago, you read stuff happening in New York, and with this new New York potential New York mayor. Yeah. Don't live in New York. Take my advice. Move out of New York. He wants to abolish the police department. He wants to just close up all the prisons. And he wants to, for whatever reason, he wants to do some other stuff, and he wants to make white people pay for it. But anyway, enough of that. I don't live in New York. A good thing. And any of you good people that live in New York, I think it's your cue to start looking elsewhere. You know, head on down to Florida or whatever, and go to a place that's not so whatever the word is, woke, whatever you. Anyway, enough of that. I'm starting to ramble. Appreciate y'all. Again, do the YouTube stuff down below if you feel like it. I've got links to other channels that I'm kind of funneling my repair videos over to another channel. I'm starting to grow, trying to grow another one. We're growing slowly. but we're growing. I see every one of you subscribers, and I appreciate every one of you. This wouldn't be possible without you. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Again, YouTube stuff down below, links below to support the channel if you feel like it, and see you in the next one.